There are many beautiful walks around the Montrose area. Whether you are walking for pleasure or just to get around town, safety is an important issue. And when it comes to pedestrian safety, everyone shares responsibility, whether you're on foot or the one behind the wheel. Motorists should keep a few tips in mind in order to ensure that they keep pedestrians out of harm's way. Please obey all speed limits and remember to use extra caution when driving through high pedestrian traffic areas, such as school zones, shopping areas, and government buildings. Always look for pedestrians before turning. Avoid distracted driving, including talking on a cell phone or eating while attempting to operate a vehicle. Drive defensively. This means being alert and prepared for potential hazards both in and around the roadway. Allow enough time to reach your destination without being in a rush. And always stop when pedestrians are in the roadway. Remember, it is a state law for all vehicles to yield to pedestrians approaching or walking in crosswalks. And pedestrians have the right-of-way at all intersections, whether in a marked crosswalk or not. On a two-lane road, both directions of traffic must stop when a pedestrian approaches the roadway. The pedestrian must be completely across the roadway before you begin moving again. On a multi-lane road, you must stop for pedestrians when they are within one lane of your direction of travel. The pedestrian must complete crossing your direction of travel before you may proceed. Never overtake and pass any vehicle that has stopped at an intersection to allow pedestrians to cross. Montrose Police Sergeant Paul Eller and Officer Chris Worthington demonstrate what drivers should and should not do when a pedestrian approaches a crosswalk.
That truck right there should stop for him, the white one. There we go. He's going to cross. Now, as he reaches the middle of the road, eastbound traffic, as this little gray car is, going to stop and yield for him, as they should. That was exactly how they should handle it. Now here he comes. He's going to stand at the edge of the road again. And doesn't look like anybody's going to stop for him. Okay, now the first three vehicles in front of that was a good example of the vehicles in violation of the law. Okay, now even the truck in the inside lane there should stop for him. Every one of those vehicles are in violation. Even the Jeep should stop for him. There you go. It's ultimately the pedestrian's responsibility. Even though the law says that they have the right-of-way, it is their responsibility to ensure that traffic is going to stop before they step out into the road.
Here are some tips for pedestrians to keep safe when out and about. Use sidewalks whenever possible. If there is no alternative to walking on the road, then walk as far away from traffic as possible. Remember to always walk facing traffic. This will allow you to see oncoming vehicles and move quickly out of the roadway. Pedestrians must remember to always look left, right, and left again before attempting to cross the street. Be an alert pedestrian. Using headphones and cell phones can limit your ability to react to approaching traffic. Don't allow small children to cross the street by themselves. Always hold their hand while crossing the street. Make yourself more visible to traffic by standing clear of light poles, vehicles, vegetation, and other objects that could block drivers from seeing you. It is important to provide drivers enough time to slow down or stop before attempting to cross. Do not run or move suddenly into a roadway, even if you are using a marked crosswalk. Use marked crosswalks when they are available, and always obey crosswalk signals. Enter the crosswalk only if there is a walk signal. If you have already entered the crosswalk when the Don't Walk signal begins flashing, proceed quickly across the street. Always cross at intersections even when there is no marked crosswalk. Remember that pedestrians are required to yield to motorists at an unmarked intersection. Crossing the street without using a crosswalk or an intersection is also known as jaywalking. It is both dangerous and illegal. Sergeant Eller demonstrates why jaywalking is a serious hazard to avoid.
As you can see, he's very, very difficult to see as he steps out to the edge of the roadway in between the vehicles. He steps up onto the median, and he's very, very difficult to see because of the shrubbery and the trees for the oncoming traffic. They don't see him, as well as the other motorists that can see him aren't really paying attention. And typically, drivers don't look for people right in the middle of the road. That's why those laws exist. That if there's a marked, controlled crosswalk, they must use that.
The city has published an informational pamphlet to provide more information for pedestrians and motorists about safety on the road. You can find our pedestrian safety information pamphlet at City Hall or online at www.cityofmontrose.org.